Hi, I'm Martin Ramju, editor of LCT Magazine, and welcome to our continuing education series with operators from around the world. Today we have Karim Maachi with LCT Global in Paris. Karim, thanks for joining us, and
Thanks, Martin.
congratulations on being LCT Global Operator of the Year for the
Thanks to you.
second time in, I believe, 7 years, right?
Yes.
Won it in 2012.
Yeah.
Well, you're just coming off fresh from the headlines here with an acquisition of another company in Paris, and last year we ran a big story about your Wanderlust agency,
Yeah.
and you have started a relocation service in Los Angeles. So, wanted you to just explain how all these different ventures are helping diversify LCT Global and how they are reaffirming your presence in the luxury industry.
You know, it's we've been growing the few past years, and actually it started after we get that first award, because we get that exposure in the U.S. So we started to grow with the U.S. Operators, and the past year has been very good for us. But I really felt on the same time, like most of our colleagues here in the US and everywhere in the world, that our market and our industry was starting to be quite unstable. So talking about, of course, Uber and all that like regulation problem we were facing the past years, and we're going to still continue to face. So I took the decision to diversify the business, still be focused on the limo business, because that's my main business, and we are in a niche that we take care of, like investment banks. We do financial roadshows, so we are quite lucky on that side, because our clients have been very busy the past years, and believe it or not, the best year was during the subprime and this economic crisis, because corporate has to travel and communicate about their companies. So we've been quite lucky on that side, but you never know what's going to happen next. So I decided to come back to my clients, because I realized that they were using us mainly for the transportation, but they were still needed when they travel, hotels and flight tickets, private jets, security. So because of the relation I had with them, I had the opportunity to talk to them and to explain them face to face what I was planning to do on the conciergerie side, trying to help them on their need and still be a one-stop shop, but for their different needs. And we started with one client and another one, and they spread up the word, and it goes very well. And I was really surprised that it went very, very fast. So these clients now, we have approximately 20% of our clientele who use us for different services than transportation. So I've been focused on that since 2 years. I said, there is a real opportunity, and to me, I always talk to my colleagues here in the US and in Europe saying, guys, we don't know what's going to happen next. Of course, our main business is transportation, but let's face it, we can diversify, we can optimize our business and diversify the revenue without trying to get other clients or drop off rates or being always more competitive and more competitive. You can talk to your clients, you can tell them, okay guys, you're going there, you need us for transportation, you are happy with us, let's give us a chance. Give us a chance, we book a flight ticket, we book your hotel, we book your private jet, and then it starts like this. So we've been quite successful the 2 past years on the corporate sector, like I said, with like 20% of our clientele, which is big when you think about it. When you get, to give you an example, you fight to do a good markup on an airport transfer when you can provide a private jet from New York to Miami and get a 20% markup on the flight, when it's going to be like 2, 3, 4, 5% on the limo job.
So for those operators who would like to venture out into related businesses, what do you think are some of the first steps they should be taking?
So the first step is to first of all prepare the service you're going to provide and prepare your meetings with your clients. You can't come and say them, okay, you're using us for the transportation, for your transportation needs. We can help you for different things and book a private jet and be front of that request that day where you don't know where to go and you know where to shop. So it took me 6 months to prepare that and to go over different brokers on the private jet industry, going over some different big brand in the hotel industry, trying to negotiate. Thanks to our travel agency number and the YATA number we got, we are an official travel agency, so it allows you to negotiate with the hotels on prices. The main key after that, once you meet like all the other people who will help you on different sector, like hotel, private jets, flight tickets and everything, you need to hire the right people, because your dispatch will not be able to help the clients on his needs when he's going to travel to Tokyo, and when they're going to call you and the assistant is going to book the limo, but it's going to say, okay, tomorrow it has to be picked up at like 9 a.m., drop at the airport, but it's going to that handling and it's going to travel to Tokyo, and we need a private jet for 5 people, and we don't need any stop, and we want that temperature on the private jet, and we need that food. So it's a lot of small details where it's still luxury, because we are in the luxury industry actually, but on the private jet and on the hotel side, you know, it's still a service. You're going to provide them with attention to details. So you have to be prepared. You have to work with the right person, and the main contact of your client has to be someone specialized on the travel industry. Yeah.
So just switching gears here, aside from winning awards, what are some of the things that you enjoy about the LCT show, and what is it that keeps you coming back?
You know, we've been coming here. There is a specific relation I have with the LCT, because when I first came to the US and I've heard of that show, was back 12 years ago, and I was one of the only European operators coming to the show at that time. You know, talking about like 2006, 2007. It was mainly a US show dedicated to US operators, and I saw the opportunity to represent my company, because the LCT understood like very soon and in a smart way that they had to open the market to European people. And the fact that LCT had been the first show to give that opportunity to European operators, being able to meet their counterparts in the US and do some business. And the way it has been settled and organized in the easy and smart way has been for me a real key, because I've been traveling a lot, and I've been coming here every year in Vegas and at the LCT Summit in Miami, and I was very focused on that and very passionate, you know, on that side, because it takes years, you know, to build a relation. But the way you guys, you know, really give us, and I'm talking about the European operators, that opportunity is something I will never forget, because that's thanks to that show that we develop our business in the US.
Yeah.
So LCT is a very special organization to me.
Yeah, we're up to 39 countries now, so hopefully we'll hit 40 in coming years.
Yeah, I hope to.
Well, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thanks, Martin. Thank you
Best
very
wishes
much.
to you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.